YouTube, today I have here a just arrived in mail. I'm taking this outside. So just arrived in mail a FM stereo receiver with a FLAC support, a cheap Chinese $15 €15 head unit, and with a Bluetooth and AUX and USB and this kind of stuff. No CD player, but we'll be checking out how the distortion in this one handles and how the RCA output is. And to clarify, I'm gonna show you the actual link on the product here, and it says here that it supports MP3, VMA, APE, FLAC, WAV, etc. So it should be, and it's GSD 520 Bluetooth car audio player with a pricing of a 23 Australian dollars, so that's around 40.69 euros, 0.44 euro shipping. Really cheap head unit, and we will be just checking out the distortion. But one word from our sponsor. This video has been sponsored by Autodoc, a really big car OEM part company. I have been buying a lot of stuff, almost like everything stuff I need to replace my cars. Like in Sorsa here, my Opel Corsa here, I've been buying all sorts of headlamps and back lamps and internal these tuning parts and interior parts and wipers and everything I've been buying. And in this car, my wife's demo build, there is like back struts and front suspension and everything from Autodoc. They are cheap brands, very high quality OEM products. I have not had any issues with them. The parts in this car has been already for like 2 years and like 6 months in my Opel Corsa, so everything just works fine. So I see no point of going to buy them from Finland, so I just order them online, pay them online, and just wait for the parts to arrive and check that everything is okay, and then just go into the car shops and get it installed, because it's a bit cheaper this way, and they have really nice discounts. Like Black Friday is coming. They had last year in Black Friday they had really much, like minus 33% or something like this, really cheap stuff. And I bought majority of the parts I buy was like Bosch and Hella and high quality brands. So check that out, and we'll now go to see how this cheap Chinese head units handles. Hello YouTube, today I have here the cheapest Chinese head unit that I could find with a FLAC support. Now this came in, it has a 2 set of wires, normal ISO adapters here and just bare wires in the back. Then we have a remote controller, pretty nice, and a set of these where you can take the head unit off if you want. Comes in a nice little package, but it has no FLAC support anyhow. Well, the seller told me that it had FLAC support and I bought it for that, and it does not have, so it was a scam or something like this. Now I don't really care actually if it has or does not have a FLAC support. I just wanted to test it out. So this is the cheapest head unit that you can find. Probably all of the cheapest head units are similar to this, with a radio, 2 set of ISO lead adapters and a RCA outputs. And then I actually tested all the RCA outputs. They are equal to the same, and we'll be now testing the clipping of this device, and we'll be actually seeing the amperage that goes into the speaker while we are testing the clipping. Now we're playing 40 Hz song here, and just to start this up we take it up to volume 10. Now we have like nothing on the RCA side, and about 1 volt, 0.8 volts, 0.9 volts at the speaker output. That's like nothing. Then we raise the volume to 50. Now we can hear the sound there. Actually, I should check out that the loudness is off, and the bass boost here is also off, like so. Okay, so the first one, the 10 volume, was wrong, and now we are at the 10 volume. We get nice bit of noises and 52 millivolts out from the speaker lines. At volume of 15 we get 200 millivolts at 40 Hz and still about nothing from the RCA side. Now raising up to 20 volts we are now getting 0.8 volts and nothing on the RCA side. Then raising up to 25 we start to hear a little bit on the speaker and we get 2 volts, still nice and clean, and now we are not getting anything from the RCA side. Actually, is this connected correctly? Raising up to 30 volts, now we are getting something from the RCA side. It built up like 0.1 volts and 4 volts from the speaker side with around 0.8 amps. Then we are raised to 35 and now we are getting a bit pretty much more louder. 8 volts out, we're still clean, and 0.4 volts from the RCA side. Still raising a little bit now. Now I can hear the distortion in the speaker in this 2000 watt Ono speaker. Really nice. I'm not really sure if it can handle the 2000 watts, but anyhow. We are now at 36 volts, 36 volume, 35, 36, and we are getting distortion. So probably if I turn a little bit down, yes, our clipping is at around 35 volume with a 8 volts and 1.3 amps, so that's around 10 watts or something like this. And then we are getting the maximum of 0.4 volts at RMS from the RCA side. Now that's really low. I can actually change here if we can get a bit more from the other RCAs, 0.4 again, then on the other side 0.4 again, and all the RCA outputs are at around 0.4 volts, so that's really low. One thing to keep in mind, this heats up really bad. This is actually at around 60 to 70. Oh, it's burning. Maybe 70 Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comment section, but it's getting really hot. Now let's crank it up and see how much it can produce when everything is on. Now do not use loudness or bass boost at these kind of small head units. They just crank your speakers into distortion and rarely affects on the RCA side. Now first of all, testing the bass. We can actually get with the bass a little bit more, like plus 2.5 volts, plus 3.6 volts. Now it's getting distorted, so at around volume of 35 and bass plus 3 we can get 0.2 volts more, total of 0.6 volts from the RCA side. Now that's bad. That's actually, it should have like 1 to 2, maybe 4 volts to get to let me say that it is a good internal amplifier, internal RCA outputs. Now that's really bad. Now let's crank it up just for giggles and let's see how much it goes into distortion. The maximum here, as we can see, is 0.8 volts at the RCA side and 11.31 volts at the speaker side with the maximum of 1.5 amps. So 11.3 times 1.5 amps is around 15, 16, maybe 17 watts. So that's really low for the promised 4 times 60, where somewhere it said it on somewhere there, 4 times 60 watts, and it outputs only like 4 times 50 watts. Now that's really bad. Now keep in mind, this cost me 14 euros. That's around 15 to 16 dollars. It is a really cheap device without FLAC support. It said it had, but it does not have. I tested it around, and it has a Bluetooth, WAV, VMA, Windows format, MP3, normal FM unit, and also SD card plays, AUX, and the USB. So cheapest Bluetooth CD receiver, no, not a CD receiver, head unit around there with a maximum undistorted volume of a 35. So that's about it for this video. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike, and leave a comment what do you think about this cheap Chinese head units that are coming around. I think I had something here, maybe bass loudness is on. I knew it, I heard it, and then just volume 1 up. So at around 8 volts out and 0.4 volts from the RCA side. What do you think about these cheap Chinese head units? I think that they are quite okay for the price, because you don't want to put this in your main daily driver. You want to put this in a car that can be, let's say, in a place where it can be destroyed without you of crying over spilled milk. If you know what I understand, you use it at a place like outside, perhaps somewhere it can get wet and get destroyed, and you don't think about it that too much, or make a ghetto blaster with this. It can play some music, has a Bluetooth in it, it's quite fine, or just play it with a round, but do not take this into your car and put it on, let's say, in a high quality speaker system. It just ruins everything you have installed in there. It's cheap, it kind of does what it's meant to be doing, except playing FLAC or getting a good RCA output, but it has a RCA output, so I think it's okay. It outputs around 15 to 20, maximum maybe 15 watts out from the speaker, so it's quite okay-ish. So, like if you like, dislike if you dislike, and leave a comment what do you think about these cheap Chinese head units that are coming around from Wish and from eBay for less than $20. This cost 14 euros, so it is really cheap head unit. Actually, one thing, I don't like this kind of stuff going around here all the time. I really hate it. But the best part of this head unit is that it has round volume knob and it can be turned off. Bye bye, and see you on the next video. Bye bye. So that was not quite good. So the head unit was not that good. The RC output was a bit rubbish, and it played music out from it, well, sine waves. But anyhow, I guess it does okay for the price, because it's really cheap, it's replaceable, and if it breaks, you don't lose a lot of money. But if you want a high quality sound from a car head unit, then probably get a Alpine or Pioneer or Kenwood, GVC. A majority of the good brands here, they last a bit longer and they are much better looking, and I really hate the blinking stuff on there. So what do you thought about this video? Do you want me to make more about these cheap Chinese head unit videos, the distortion and this kind of stuff? Or what else should I test? Now, maybe amplifiers. I should try amplifiers, like cheap Chinese amplifiers. Hey, it could be a fun. But a little word from our sponsor. This video has been sponsored by Autodoc. I have the banner here back. And Autodoc is an expert in auto parts. I've been buying a lot of stuff from Autodoc, and Tonnin Sorsa, my Opel Corsa here, has around 6 months, maybe more, the parts in there, and they have been high quality and really cheap and high quality, and in this car they've been like 2 years or something like this. And just I see no point of going and getting the parts, because I can put my car information onto the website and just pick parts that suits for my budget. And they've been really nice. Quite fast, actually. I ordered like a really huge amount of stuff last time, and it took like 2 weeks to arrive. It was no big issue for me, but the smaller things I've been buying from there, they have been here in Finland in less than a week, so I really it's just easier and simpler to buy from them. So go check out, link in description about their products, and make sure that you check them also in Black Friday, because on Black Friday I know that they're going to have really big discounts. So thank you for watching, like if you like, dislike if you dislike, and see you on the comment section and on the next video. Bye bye!